you don't really care about what you do to your hair or your eyebrows or blah, 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 blah. You get why. You get why.
Hi guys, welcome back to Side A, the podcast. I'm your host, Oinda, aka Big O, aka Retro, FKA Retro, aka. Are there any others?
Not to the public.
Okay. Which ones are they in private? Tell me, my ear.
It's not that deep. Like, people have called you Yins, people have called you Oi, people call you Yinda.
No.
People call you Yinda.
Ew, no.
Something very secondary school about
Very,
this.
very. I remember when people used to call me, I don't even know if people were calling me that. Or maybe my friends were just calling me that. Slayinda.
Slayinda, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was your
But
name
then
on
let
my
me
phone
tell you
for
what
a long
happened
time.
though. You know what happened?
What?
My ex's ex-girlfriend started calling herself Slay something. So I was like, yeah, that's that on that.
Well, sorry to that lady.
Little tidbit for y'all.
Sorry to that lady. I'm your other host. I'm Lola Amu, aka the best person you know. Period. Also fun girl to those who, know me on the onlines. Yeah. What do you have for us today? How are you feeling?
How am I feeling? Well, I dodged a hangover. I feel like, okay, I know on the last episode I also said that I was hungover. You guys, this is not necessarily like, let it not come and be as if like I'm out there, getting turned every weekend. That's not the case. But I dodged the hangover because I made sure I ate a 10-piece wing before I went to bed from Wingstop. And I woke up in the middle of the night to hydrate, and I took some Tylenol. And I went back to sleep. And I woke up peachy. So hack for you guys to dodge hangovers. Make sure you take care of it. Nip it in the bud.
Some of us don't get hangovers.
You don't get hangovers? That's not true.
Not really.
Well, fair enough.
Not really. Literally,
once in a while
it's
here or there.
Once in a while.
Because I remember last time, one time, a while ago, you got proper sick. Like it was giving alcohol poisoning.
You guys, Bacardi is not a good.
Oh yeah.
That's not a good drink, and I don't think anybody should really be drinking that. Like seriously, that being
Bacardi is wild.
That being the highlights of when I actually got hungover, and I wasn't just
it wasn't
hungover.
Even a hangover. It was giving alcohol
sick.
poisoning.
I was sick the whole day. I could not eat.
Chill.
I could not breathe. I tried to sleep.
Bacardi
wasn't working out.
Nah. No, anything Svedka or New Amsterdam or any of those things that come in very colorful bottles that have plastic wrap on top of them. Bruh. Don't drink that shit.
Bruh.
Anyway.
Not
or Hennessy.
No, Hennessy gets her a little pass for what she is.
Nah, bro. Hennessy just smells like the club, but the club in the very worst way. I can't do it. But yeah, I dodged a little hangover, so I feel okay. I'm cool. I'm chilling. I feel like there's a little bit of my sparkle missing, but I think I got it together. Also, did you guys notice anything different about me? Maybe. For those of you watching and not listening, I feel like there's an elephant in the room that we haven't addressed. Yes. Do you want to tell the people?
So she dyed her hair black. That's it.
And it's shorter. I cut it too.
And she cut it too. You guys should have seen it the first time it was cut.
This is still the same cut though. I didn't change it.
Really?
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it was the kind of okay. So I think the colors in which it was before she dyed it black was making it very obvious that the cuts were just not that
it's still choppy.
No. But now it's giving kind of a layered moment.
It's like a vibey choppy.
I kind of like
intentional choppy.
Yeah.
But new look.
New year, new lure.
Also,
I just said new year, new lure.
What were you trying to say?
New year, new her.
Fair enough.
LOL.
Also, happy Women's Month and happy belated International Women's Day. By the time this comes out, it'll be like way, way beyond that. But hey, girls.
Hey, girls.
Hey, girls.
Actually, it won't be way beyond International Women's Month, though.
Yeah.
So, happy International Women's Month. Hey,
is it International Women's Month or is it just Women's Month?
I think it's International Women's History Month. I think it's
International History Month.
I think it's Women's History Month.
Women's History Month. Yeah. Yes. And then International Women's Day.
Yeah.
Man. Anyway. How about you? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I don't know how else to explain, but
you get to elaborate.
I cannot really elaborate. I just feel good. I feel good every day. I just wake up and I thank God. I just wake up and I thank God for being alive. Like, what can I do other than
it feels
just
like a cry for help, maybe. Is everything okay?
What else can I do than just be grateful?
Fair enough, though.
Like, seriously.
Not everyday complaint.
Like, I don't even have any I'm also complaints. So, like, you know when you get to a certain point of, like, it's not even a rock bottom, but just a certain point of just... It's just a certain point of over it where you just like, what? I'm not complaining. I'm just like, I'm just here. I'm just vibing. I'm just, trying to love on me, love on my friends, love on my peoples, control the controllables.
You know what's so crazy? I realized yesterday, I feel like this year I've really just not given a fuck.
Yeah,
like in
I
general.
love that for you.
I just don't, I don't care too much about many things, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of just vibing. And you know what? I don't hate it. I like this little like be here.
Yeah, like
like where I'm at right now. Yeah, no. The year just started.
Because your own is that you tend to just over worry. And it's like, okay.
There are things to worry about.
There are things to worry about, but at some point you need to really just...
I've kind of...
Fireball.
I've kind of removed... Also, I think the thing that really, really made me like try to like pursue changing was that I was not sleeping well. So I've been like dealing with like severe insomnia.
Yeah.
So like that was just a thing where I was just like, okay, I gotta sleep. One thing about me, I need to sleep. So like actually like dealing with insomnia because of anxiety was just kind of like a wake up call of like, okay,
relax.
Let's start to just calm it down. The things I worry about are still there, but like I'm just
no. My worries have in no way gone away. I'm just more so. You know that meme of like the dog in the burning house?
Yeah, where it's like, this is fine.
That's literally me right now. But it's like the house is not.
It's not ablaze.
It's not ablaze. No. It's not ablaze anymore.
Okay.
It's still ablaze, but it's not like as it was before. It's just
like
more
a tepid fire.
Yeah, it's like
it's not. It's not consuming.
It's like the fire department just got here and they're still working on the outside.
They're still figuring it out. Fairs. Literally. I feel you. No, same.
That is absolutely where I'm
at. I feel that 100%. That was a really good. That was a good analogy for sure. Anyway, that's how we're feeling. Let us know how you guys are feeling in the comments. What's on side A for you, though?
What is on side A for me? Oh my God. What's on side A for me, honestly, and has since last night been on side A for me is Poor Things, because I just watched it.
Oh my God. Have we actually gotten to talk about on the show?
Okay, so you talked about it. I think you watched it last year, right?
No, I watched it at the beginning of the year. Yeah, so we were on the break.
You mentioned it. So but the thing is that you mentioned it on the show. Or was that on the live show? No, because you mentioned Poor Things either on the show today or during the live show.
I didn't mention it. Why would I have mentioned Poor Things on the live show?
True.
In what context?
No. But I do think you talked about it in the first episode.
Maybe.
I do think that maybe was your...
No, I didn't mention it. This is the first time it's coming up. I watched it in January. We had already ended the season by then, so I couldn't have. Which is why I remember telling you, like, if I had watched it
Yeah.
before we did our side A wrapped, that would
That,
have been my film of the
that's,
year.
I think that's the context
Yeah.
in which I'm thinking
Yeah,
of
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
But
cool,
Poor
cool,
Things,
cool.
go ahead.
Yeah, definitely Poor Things. Wow, to be a girl. That is all I have in my mind. Like, to be a girl, there are very few things that, like, I feel depicts, like, true
Girlhood.
in media. And, like, this is one of
And
them.
girlhood, not even womanhood.
Not womanhood,
Girlhood.
girlhood. And, like, the road to becoming a woman is the messiest part of womanhood, is what I think. Because it's the most chaotic, it's the most, naive, it's the most knowledgeable when you're at those, like, earlier stages of just being a girl.
And it's the most curious.
Yeah,
it's the most dangerous because
to be honest.
you're literally in danger if you make the wrong choice.
So I think it's just really interesting to just, like, see self-discovery, like, through the lens of this science fiction, like, lens. It's just, like, even, like, Victorian London, but with, like, flying cars. Like, I was just, like, living, and something about it was just also just, like, I don't know. It was like Iwaju for me, where it was like, the way Iwaju is, like, still very much just Lagos, but, like, Lagos, if Lagos was, like, 20 years into the future.
20 years into the future, even though I doubt.
Yeah, but if Lagos was just, like, ingrained with some, like, futuristic elements, you know, and, like, they really took, like, the Frankenstein storyline and they really made it into something like, new and just, like, refreshing, because, like, the aim of, like, what was even happening to her was, I guess, at first an experiment, but also really just giving someone a renewal at life.
Yeah.
And
it's like it's the means to the end were trash because somebody else essentially made that choice for her, but like she really got a second chance.
And like now she is, and okay, I was about to say she's even someone that she likes now, but like she doesn't even remember that past life, or whoever that person was,
which is such a blessing to not be burdened with that.
Yeah, because then I feel like a lot of times when we are showing people coming back to life, especially in movies, it comes back with,
they're
like,
so burdened with their past lives,
their trauma, this, that. But she just got to be new and entirely reinvented, chaotic, just chaos, literally all around, just chaos. Mark Ruffalo, great job. Rami Youssef, is that his last name?
I think so.
Yes, also a really good job. Willem Dafoe,
Father. It's such a great cast. Everybody came and ate.
Father,
everybody
I just love you. I love you. You're my dad. You don't know yet, but you're really my dad. Like, I don't know what to say.
Such a weird choice.
And Emma Stone, obviously my girl.
Actor of the year. That role.
Oh my God, we're shooting this on Oscar Day.
Yeah.
So even just from watching it, I do think, and I think now I've watched every single
Oscar nominee
for
film of the year.
For best. For Best Actress.
Okay.
For Best Actress, I have watched everything. For Best Picture, I've watched most. I have still not watched Oppenheimer. I cannot commit 3 hours.
I don't think I want to watch Oppenheimer.
I really do. Oh my God. Like, I love Martin Scorsese so much. So I really want to watch it for
Martin
that
Scorsese?
reason. Yeah, he's the director.
No, it's Christopher Nolan.
Oh? It's not Martin Scorsese?
No. Martin Scorsese did Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, I think I'm switching. Okay, but I also did watch Killers of the Flower Moon, and that was like...
That was really good. That was really good, yeah.
So if anybody who doesn't... if Emma Stone doesn't win that Best Actress today, I really
It should be Lily Gladstone.
Yeah, it should be Lily Gladstone, because that was delectable. Like, there are no notes for me on that story.
Meanwhile, she was talking about how her character was originally written to be like a secondary kind of like character, and she basically came in and like filled it out, and it kind of like that kind of read to me where it was like this character was supposed to be like a side character, but she just brought so much. She brought so much body to it, where it was so... But you see
what happens when you cast Native people in Native roles, and this is just all around. You cast the role for what that role is asking for. So if that role is asking for a Native American woman, we do not need to be looking for somebody who is not a Native American woman to be filling that role. You know what I mean? And I feel like there are lots of times where there are like
They also
stories.
couldn't have afforded to make that mistake though,
Yeah.
because especially because it's based on true events.
Yeah.
It would have been like there would always be some sort of outrage, but that would have been like an extremely
Extreme,
blatant
yes.
disrespect
Yeah.
because it's
But then
dealing with like
let's not lie and say that hasn't
happened.
happened.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There have been,
But
there
they
are
couldn't
so
possibly
many.
get away with that at
Yeah,
this
like
point.
now in this day and age, which is something I love, like people are not allowed to get away with certain things in
Yeah.
film. And it's like, I hate and love it. Again, I
Yeah.
hate and love it because in certain like contexts, it's like,
Yeah.
it's a little iffy. But I feel when it comes to race and experience, and if you are telling a story about race and experience and like people's ethnicities,
Yeah.
you should be at least like slightly true to that person.
Not even slightly.
Not slightly.
I think you should
be entirely true.
because it only helps the art
Yeah.
read the way that it should
Yeah.
read. It only helps the art resonate in the way that it should resonate.
Yeah.
But yeah, Poor Things was. I still think about it every day, literally. And like
I
I'm like,
had
you
a
need to
vivid
watch
dream
this. You need to watch
yesterday.
this. I
Oh
wrote
my
about this
God.
on my Substack actually because that was how. One thing about me, it takes a lot to get me to write about some shit, and like I wrote like a whole like review of it.
Link it.
I'll link that as well. But like it was just Poor Things is my
Beautiful.
favorite movie as it stands right now. Like it's
Yeah.
literally up there for me. I don't see anything that I'm gonna watch this year beating it.
Yeah.
I just watched Drive Away Dolls. If you guys haven't seen it, it was really funny. You should definitely watch.
But yeah, I definitely did love it. I just like, I love being a girl. I'm not even a girl, but I love being a girl. Hey, I love having gone through girlhood to understand the ins and outs. You know,
Yeah.
it's just such a unique
I also think that
experience.
there's a lot of like gender non-conforming people who are like assigned female at birth.
Yeah.
Have still identify
Right,
with the experience
of
and the identity
girlhood.
of girlhood or
Yeah.
womanhood, depending on
yeah,
who the
'cause
person
it's-
is.
'cause it's not
such an
mutually
it's not
exclusive.
mutually exclusive and such an intrinsic experience
Yeah.
where I don't like gender as a construct. I
Yeah.
don't necessarily feel the need to attach myself to, but this experience is very true to me and something
yeah,
that I
exactly. And it's really hard even explaining that to like just other people. Like,
Yeah.
Because a lot of times I'm like, do I need to explain myself to you?
hold. No, it's the same way like
So-
a lot of like trans masculine people or like even trans men identify
Yeah.
as like they still identify with lesbianism in a way
Yeah.
because it's kind of like the journey that they had to go through to come to terms with their sexuality but
yeah.
also their gender.
Society does not let people who lived a girl experience or who were born into a girl experience live outside the girl experience. So I feel like you are just kind of thrown
They want them to
into-
do one or the other.
Yeah. So it's like you're just kind of thrown forward / you just end up taking your journey in girlhood.
Yeah.
And that just ends up being it. But yeah, that was just a very beautiful story about like autonomy and just like self-discovery and the way that she was actually unraveling her discoveries like one after
in
the
real
other.
time in real time like actually like weighing the skills. You
Yeah.
could see it in her face where she's like,
It's
okay,
just-
this outcome, how will I feel about this? Okay, maybe I want
Yeah.
to try this instead, and just going for it. I
And
think
unapologetically.
yeah, and it's like
Which
I
was
think that-
refreshing and just like, oh yes, I love that she's just like, these people are trying to make her this object,
Yeah.
right? They're definitely trying to make her this, thing that they can just put here and
Project
put there
their-
and project
their
onto
wants
her.
and needs onto, yeah.
So it's like if the first person is, taking her baby's brain
which
and
is
putting it in her
essentially
head.
this is essentially
Yeah.
like a fantastical depiction of literally what patriarchy is like.
Yeah.
But like her decisions are so independent of like wanting to be seen as like virtuous or
Literally.
good or bad.
Oh my
or
God, literally every
anything.
single time.
She didn't give a fuck.
Every single time someone tries to possess her, she's like, so I'm a prisoner, right? And I'm like, blatant. She's like, oh, so you're telling me
right.
that I'm a prisoner. And we're like, and they're like,
And they don't wanna say
and they
it.
want to do like every ring around the rosies around the issue. And it's like, no.
Right.
But also, that's why I want to even attach to this right now. Just another thing, if you really want to see just like true depictions of what it's like, being a girl, becoming a woman, or just like the journey of girlhood into womanhood, that coming of age, Watch Nana.
Really?
Watch Nana. Watch Nana. Watch Nana. Watch Nana. Watch Nana. Oh my god. And I don't
Fine,
care.
we'll watch Nana.
Like literally, I don't know. I don't care if you don't like anime. It's not about that. Literally, just watch it in dub. I don't care, even though that's lame. But watch it in dub. Do what you want. But yeah, you need to watch Nana because I think that's also something that like I saw themes of that in Poor Things, and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
even if you're not interested in literally any of these concepts that we've talked about and you just want to watch something pretty,
It's a
that's
pretty
shot
movie.
amazingly, watch Poor Things.
Like if you're a
Okay.
cinematography buff, you should.
Okay, girl.
This whole show is just me slipping up on words. But yeah, if you're a cinematography buff,
Cinematography.
cinematography. If you're a cinematography buff, you should definitely go watch Poor Things. That's for you. I feel like it's shot for you. Yeah. And any movie by Yorgos is for you for sure. Like that's his bread and butter.
Cool.
Yeah.
There's no need for even my side A
Oh, no,
because I don't even have.
No. How can you come here without it? Are you okay at all? What's your side A? Oh yeah, think. Let's
Look
go
at my
back.
phone. You guys, I'm not lying when I say that I'm not consuming anything with joy these days. That's why I'm so attached to Poor Things because I feel like it was the last thing that I watched or consumed that made me like feel like a
yeah.
joy in consumption because I just like I'm not going to lie to you, I'm like hitting everything these days. Not in a
Oh, that's
bad
not
way,
true,
but
though.
like I'm really not loving things. What am I loving? From you observing me. What am I really loving these days?
New girl.
New Girl is on side A for me. Oh my goodness. Yes. Thank you for saying that.
Oh, we also watched Mean Girls this week.
We
This
did.
past week.
Renee Rapp.
Renee Rapp, the woman that you are, and I'm gonna leave it just as I'm going to give credit to every single person on that cast except the person who plays Katie. And I don't know her name, but girl. In fact, I'm sure you're great. I'm sure you're great. This was just not.
This was not the
It was
role
not the one
for
you. You're the only one who can't sing.
You can't sing.
You're the only
then
one.
The thing is, what I
what's killing me.
wanted to happen was that we would watch it and then we would realize, okay, yeah, she can't sing, but this is why they made the choice to cast this person that can't sing, right? Because she's gonna bring something else like to the role that's like very, very Katie in a way where it's like, you know what, fuck it, like we'll just let her like be mid at singing. No. It wasn't that she was mid across the board. I didn't feel like a single thing.
It's like nothing about just her in the role made me feel like, yes, this was our this is our Katie. This is the Katie. You know what I mean?
She was just there. No. She was just
Renee
there.
Rapp, she took
Every
Regina
time
George.
Renee Rapp came on screen,
and she made it sinister.
It was goosebumps. Even the original Regina George was not. Lola, why now?
But when you did it,
because
it was.
Sorry, we hadn't even started. Anyway, Renee Rapp.
You guys are welcome for that.
What's on side A for me is New Girl because I am on maybe this is my 5th rewatch. And every time I watch it, I love it just as much as the first time I watched it because I love all of those characters so much. Mm-hmm. I love a good sitcom. It's my favorite genre. I love a good, wholesome
30 minutes. Just
a good,
really good
25 to 30 minute run. And it's just like, New Girl is just it's so fun, but also so real at the same time. And the amount of improv on that show is like wild. Like
the amount of improv is what makes it so good.
It is a masterclass in comedy and improv, and all of those people are so incredibly funny. I love Jake Johnson. I am a whore for Jake Johnson till this day. Do you understand? Like, I love that man. I need to watch Self-Reliance on Hulu. If you've watched Self-Reliance, let me know how it is. But that's what's on side A for me, New Girl. And the sitcom genre in general, because...
I love New Girl. New Girl is the most quotable show.
So quotable.
That is not Drag Race.
Quotable.
That is not Drag Race. That is the most quotable show
So
Period.
quotable.
Period.
I
And the
love
fact that the
show.
comparison is Drag
Oh my
Race, which is a reality competition show.
I was watching one episode, and so Nick had like broken up with a girl for Winston over the phone. So Winston was like talking about like, yo, like that is a very complicated woman. He was like, that bitch a Leo. Yo,
LMAO.
I love all of them so much. I love
They're
that
just
show.
so funny and just good, like
Just
at what they're doing.
sincere, you know.
You know.
But yeah, that's what's on side A for me. Thanks for the help, because God knows I wouldn't have gotten. That is really that.
No,
that was the
it'd be
only
like
right
that some
answer.
weeks. Oh my god, some weeks I come here and I'm like,
Oh my God,
nothing
what is there?
Nothing has appealed to me in years.
Yeah, like suddenly I haven't watched,
Like,
listened to.
suddenly I hate the world.
Like
Suddenly
I've not
there's nothing
consumed
interesting.
anything.
Because like Sundays don't even have to just be good. Like it can be absolutely anything. But like
yeah,
sometimes
but
I'm just like,
sometimes nothing
I'm
is
just
giving.
so,
Nothing is giving sometimes. But yeah,
what is the world giving right now?
nothing.
Eyes on Rafah, people.
Ciao.
Like,
Anyway, also
Can't.
like it's Ramadan and it's Women's History Month, and I just want to say that what's on my mind is all of the women who are observing Ramadan in Palestine right now. I can't imagine how trying, like I know Ramadan in general is already, you know, it's a beautiful time for people, but it's also, you know, it's quite trying.
It's
and
trying.
It's quite, you know, it's quite the commitment. So I can't even
Yeah.
imagine having to observe something so important within these types of circumstances.
like
It's
situations,
crazy.
like literally. And Ramadan is so the structure of family is so important.
So important,
during
and so many
Ramadan.
people have lost
and like
theirs.
I think that support does a lot for that community.
Yeah.
And to have all that support be displaced,
Yeah.
and them themselves also be displaced, where
Yeah.
it's like, where to even go? Because I don't know if you guys have seen Gaza Strip or Rafah and what it looks like as of this moment, but it's no longer a livable city.
Yeah.
Just in general, there are no livable structures aside from the tents.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
And even the
There's nothing.
concept
And I
of
don't know why
fasting
we're
when you don't actually
keeping-
know
no,
where
because-
your next meal is coming from. What happened?
Just I'm thinking of it, so I'm just like,
Yeah,
getting
it's
emotional, so I'm just like-
it really stressed me out the other day, and I really started to cry. But the concept of fasting when you don't even on a regular day know where your next meal is coming from is really something. So
Yeah.
my heart and my mind and my spirit and my soul and everything is with the people of Palestine.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel like enough. It's not enough, but you know.
Something in me is just so like, I think I'm getting emotional right now because I'm thinking about the first time we talked about this, and that was
And this was months ago. Yeah.
that was 4 months ago. And I think now I'm just like, I'm really not sure. I'm not confident in our world's leaders, and I don't think I ever really was. But like now, especially, I'm not confident in them because this has passed a humanitarian crisis. Like it called for a humanitarian crisis in November. It's March, and literally nothing has been done except for that momentarily pause that they did for 2 days. And I think, I don't know, it's
just
disappointing.
heartbreaking.
It's disappointing. It's heartbreaking. It's taken forever for even like the American government to even start being like, oh, hey, this is out of hand. Not even calling for a cease.
And the only
it's-
reason they're saying that is because
they're
an
trying to get
election is coming
reelected.
up.
Literally. And
That doesn't
because
mean shit to
there's literally an
anyone.
election. And I feel like even the other day, what's her name? Kamala Harris. She just finally called for a ceasefire. And I don't even want to think
She didn't call. She called for a ceasefire for
at
a
least-
few weeks.
Yeah, she said for at least 6 weeks.
How can we, like, even the concept of postponing genocide is wild.
Right, it's wild. But I feel like she has to say that. You know what I mean? Because like me and my friends were talking about this, and I feel like I think about like the people who even work in government who are actually trying to even maybe make change, but like the American government is so far past just now
This
that there's
election, I
just
feel like
no like
everyone
other way
at
to
this point
go.
should be disillusioned of like the idea of democracy,
Democracy,
because
yeah.
even the idea that people are going to have to go out there and exercise rights that people fought for
Yeah.
in order to put one or the other of these absolutely incompetent like leaders
Yeah.
in the seats of the president of the United States, like, and just having people's hands binded
But
like this and
yeah.
just saying, yeah, but this is what you have to do.
Like,
and if you don't do it, you're irresponsible,
Bruh,
apparently.
I feel like I sincerely feel for the people who went to college, got a degree to enter like politics and government, like thinking in their mind that they really wanted to change something, and you get in there and it's just a bunch of malarkey. It's just a bunch of
Bullshit.
and just disingenuous, literally unethical things happening like day in and day out. Like I can't imagine the people who are even in there right now trying to even fight for Palestine.
Yeah.
And being told, oh, you need to shut up, or
Yeah.
you need to not say anything, or you need to keep this quiet or keep
Yeah.
that quiet. And it's just, I don't know. If anything, I actually wish this was my Saturday, because this has actually been
I've been
heavy.
thinking about it
This
so
has been heavy on my
heavily.
mind. Like, it's heavy on my mind every week,
Because
but like it's
Ramadan
been heavy on my mind.
Ramadan started. It's starting today.
Yeah, so it's been heavy on my mind, and I don't know. I feel for my Palestinian brothers and sisters. I'm sending love and energy, even though that feels like so measly and just like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, even people who are sending food, even people who are sending resources,
Yeah.
they're not getting there in good time. They're getting there expired. They're getting there,
Yeah.
just not in good condition. So like, it's even giving like the help is almost like going in vain.
Yeah.
But please don't stop helping. Please don't stop talking. Don't
Yeah.
stop interacting with what's going on. Even if you think like, oh, retweeting is redundant and like, measly, it goes a long way, because
Yeah.
there's a silencing that is still happening. There are ads on television, that are very
There's so
blatantly
much propaganda.
anti-Palestine, and just, I don't
Yeah.
know, just, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I will have in our link in bio, I will have a tool if you've been looking for an easier way to contact your local representatives to call for a ceasefire. I will have a tool in there by Gen Z for Change that makes it really easy to email your representatives. You can have it automated and send it however often you like. So yeah, I'll have that linked. But yeah, let's just keep I guess doing what we're doing, and hopefully
Yeah.
soon.
Hopefully soon.
And yeah, Ramadan blessings to everybody.
Yeah. Oh my
Love
God. So
y'all.
like all our Muslim
brothers and sisters,
followers, supporters,
have an
we
amazing
love
Ramadan,
you.
and
We love you. Sending you like literally so much love and hugs and kisses.
okay.
Let's pick our card for the day.
It says secondary school was not real,
Oh man, wasn't.
and it in fact wasn't. And it in fact was not. I feel like going to secondary school in Nigeria, yeah, there's things that I'll reflect on now where I'm like, how was this allowed? Like, how was this allowed? Let me start. Okay, I'm actually just going to jump right into this, because this is not even a crazy experience here, but it's just one that is really wild to me. Every day to school, I always wore ankle socks, right? With my uniform. Always wore ankle socks. Ankle socks were not allowed for some reason, even though it's white
I don't
socks.
understand.
It's white socks. I'm wearing the proper shoes. I'm wearing my uniform. Everything is clean. Everything is looking crispy, but my socks are ankle socks. They would make me not only take off my ankle socks and wear my leather shoes with no socks in there, but also
which is
wild. Like,
because
you would
it is
rather
about
have me
covering up,
walking.
like
You would rather have me walking around school looking a
Like,
fucking
no.
mess with my feet sweating in my shoes. Not only that though, I would have to stay behind after assembly and sweep the assembly ground because I wore ankle socks. Now, mind you, because of the fact that my socks are shorter than other people's socks, I have to basically use half of first period to sweep
be
the
the
concrete
janitor.
floor.
to be the janitor.
That
Literally.
doesn't make any sense to me.
Even though, mind you, your parents paid for you to go to school.
And they paid for my socks, and that's what I had, bro. Like, yeah, fair enough. I could have gotten new socks, but it's just like, and
You didn't wanna.
I didn't want to. I liked wearing ankle socks.
Like, my whole thing is that, like, oh my god, you did not want to. Like, a similar experience happened to me, but it was, in my case, it was with my thigh-high socks. So I had socks that were like up until like literally my thigh.
No shit.
Literally my thigh. So they're like right up here, right? And I'm not thinking this is particularly the most raunchy thing, but like suddenly my socks in comparison to my skirt is this huge like problem. Mind you, my skirt is not that short.
Meanwhile, this is really adults sexualizing children.
Bro, literally.
If you want to call a spade a spade.
No, I washed the toilets. I've washed toilets. I have literally swept people's hostel. I didn't go to hostel. I didn't live in the hostels. I've cleaned the hostel. I have cleaned their bathrooms in the hostel, not even the actual school, because of my nails and the length of my skirt and the length of my
nails
socks.
was another thing because I used to keep my nails
Yeah,
long
same. I used to
because
keep
I
my nails
liked
really
my nails
long.
to look cute. I couldn't very well get fucking acrylics.
Like,
That was
please.
another one.
Oh.
Then the one that just blew me every day. I used to put kajal or eyeliner because I'm still this way till this day. When I
need
don't
it.
have eyeliner, I feel like I
naked.
look sick.
I look like a naked mole rat.
I feel like I look sick. So I would just put a little bit of kajal or eyeliner, whatever I could find, and come to school because I felt like, okay, this is something I can use to make myself look alive. Every single day, I kid you not, it was an issue. Every single day. They would call me out and separate me from... Bro, I'm just like, you guys are actually cutting into my education. Now, by the time I get to first period, English class is already finishing. I'm behind. Now, when my notes are not complete, they'll say, oh, me, I don't like to write notes, even though I don't. But it's
I
just
hated
like,
writing
damn.
notes. Oh my god.
The concept of writing notes is actually wild because, like,
Just send the PDF.
while you're teaching,
my god.
you're teaching, and in quotes, you're teaching, and your teaching is you just dictating notes to people to write in real time as you're talking.
Oh my god, I actually hated those ones more. Like, I had teachers that would write it on the board.
Oh, you
and,
had
like,
teachers that would write. They dictated.
No. Some teachers would. Oh my god, my literature teacher. Okay. Anyways,
I don't think there's a single person who likes their literature teacher.
And my English class as well. But then English, I feel like for her it just made sense to dictate notes because, and if it wasn't that we were doing something on like, you know, things that you need to see physically, she would just rather say it to you. So even hers even made sense. But my literature teacher, and I'm like, the amount of information that you are throwing in our faces.
Out.
Everybody,
and Heike, you are dictating the textbook.
bro, no teaching material.
Like, if you're lazy, just say
Just
that.
say that. You didn't make teaching notes for the year. Now you
Bruh.
want people to write the
Your
textbook
whole
inside their
45,
book.
50 minutes class is you dictating notes and you want to say that you taught? You taught? Really? You taught?
And now somebody will now be at the bottom of their class thinking that they're a fool or something. Mind you.
Yo, let me tell you,
Mind
this is a tangent, yeah, but this all ladders up because when I was I think I was probably like in GS3 or maybe GS2, probably GS3. I really did not write notes because I was notorious. I was notorious in primary school for being a very slow writer, right? In like up to the point that God,
Oh, you know something? At the end of the day, all of this thing. ADHD.
No, I was such a slow writer that like mommy would have to like wait for me like after school, or like I would be the last in class and they would leave me there to like continue writing my notes. It would be like an hour and a half after like school went out So I was like a notoriously like slow writer, right? Okay, cool. Got to secondary school.
a thing.
Bruh, slow writer. Like I was carrying it on my head,
I
mind
was a
you.
slow writer as well, but honestly, like the difference between you and me, I'm not sitting back.
I was
to
forced. I
write
didn't
not
have a
shit.
choice. Like there would literally
Like-
be somebody sitting in the corner to monitor me to make sure I finished my notes, which is wild.
Wild.
But I got to secondary school and I just kind of was like, fuck it. Like when I'm tired of this, I'm tired of it, Grandpa. Like I don't want to do it. You know what I mean? And mind you, my grades were still okay. Like I wasn't
Yeah.
necessarily like failing or anything,
Yeah.
but a bunch of my notes. So this one day we had open day, right? So you know like how when you have open day,
Your parents
they
come, there's
stack all your
tables,
notes
yeah.
on the
Oh,
table.
they stacked your notes on
Yes,
the table.
they stack your bro. So basically, they would have all your notes stacked together, like pre-prepared, right? So that
So you guys
they
submitted
would
your
come.
notes?
Yeah, so that your parents would come when it's now time to sit across from the teacher. So your parents would sit, the teacher would sit. They'll bring your notes
Yeah.
and put it there. Hey, my integrated science notes. They started, Mr. Okun and Mary. They started going through my integrated science notes. A lot of my notes had gaps, but my integrated science notes
Empty.
was empty. And empty is such an infuriating way
Yeah.
where it's like I'll write the heading and the dates,
Yeah.
and I'll write
That's
the
my
first sentence.
And I will stop.
I will just
Oh
leave.
my god, I'm tense.
Then I'll gauge my friend's notes, right, and be like, okay, it was like 2 pages. I'll just leave
Yeah,
2 pages and write it later.
Bro, literally, and then the next one is now not there. Like, so it's not like, wait, oh my god. Like, I actually got no. And then it's so crazy that you said GS2 because honestly, it was the same for me. And like, I really failed GS2. Like, I'm not even going to lie to you guys. Like, I really failed GS2. Like, I'm actually not ashamed to say it anymore. I really failed. Like, I was bottom of my class, not the last, but I was second to the last in GS2 because honestly, I was just unserious. Like, I cannot lie to you. And my parents changed it for me.
Last second to the last.
No. And it's based on this notes writing thing. Like, literally, I wouldn't write my notes. And I couldn't see at the time, and I didn't have my glasses. Like, you guys know, like, if you guys know me, you know that I've been wearing glasses since, like, primary 5. So, like, this is GS2. I'm not wearing my glasses. I'm going to school, no glasses. Just kind of, I think my just 2 years was just for, it was just for, I was just being a socialista. Like, I was pouring my time into my clubs and my friends and just like being 12, you know, like, I wasn't there educationally. So like at the end of the year, you know, the end of the year is when they really know if you're failing or not. And that's when they do like the end of year lists, right? I literally was like the bottom of my class, and my parents are very achievement like based parents. Like they want you to
Succeed. That's
succeed.
daddy's
They want
biggest
you-
thing.
My dad is not a strict
He doesn't
dad.
fuck around about
He doesn't
school.
even care about anything else. But school, don't mess up in school because that is all that like. That is the main
And he
thing. That's
has-
your main
He
responsibility.
was talking about this when I did an episode with him on TRL
Yeah.
Talks, and he was saying like the place that actually comes from is not because he's like overly like committed to like education like that, but in his mind he didn't want it to be a situation of like, because he knew that people were going to be looking at us different
yeah.
because like, oh, our dad is in the entertainment industry, blah
Yeah.
blah blah. So he didn't want it to be
He
a
don't want it to
situation
be
where
like,
it's like,
oh, they're now saying,
of course
oh,
now
yeah.
because can't you see her dad
Mind
or
you,
whatever.
my dad is so smart. Everybody who talks about my dad in like his high school days is like, oh, like he was literally the most serious one of all of us. Like he could have done absolutely anything he wanted. Like,
Yeah.
literally that type
So
of energy.
he wasn't fucking
his
around.
approach to school
And that's
is
exactly
very
where my
heavy.
own story was
Yeah.
heading, because that note, my dad has only beaten me once in this
Oh my
life.
God, same.
That
And it
day-
was because of that.
When I tell you,
It was because of
Daddy,
that.
I know you don't want me to say this thing. Don't watch this episode. This man beats me like a runaway slave. When I say he beats me like me against the wall, and Daddy was just using his belt. Tawai. You
Child.
tore my neck. I said God because of integrated science.
No, but especially okay. So even your school is even cheaper than my school.
Your school was
My school was costly. My school was costly. So like me failing after my parents have paid almost like 1.2 million like for the year. They are not having it. They're not having it. They're not having it. They're not having it. And my dad is so like I'm such a daddy's girl, and I'm a last born as well. So I really don't be getting, at least at that time, I wasn't really getting any flack for anything except for in that moment. And it was like, it was going into summer as well. My summer was gone. There was no summer. There was no summer. What summer? There's no summer. There was just summer school. Me and my lesson teacher, like this, like my BlackBerry got taken away. Like
our parents can seize phone. My mom can seize phone.
My mom can seize phone. Like, bro, my BlackBerry was taken away. I literally just had to focus on lessons that whole summer. Like, lessons. And I came back that next year. Literally, from that next year, like GS3 to when I left, nothing lower than 9th place to 14th was my only gap. Like, it would waver in between, but it was like 9th to 14th. And like, I was like, if I can just keep it here, I would just be so happy. And one thing about me in high school, especially when it comes to schooling, especially, and not even going to say high school especially, I am not an overachiever. I'm here to do my job.
And get the fuck out.
I'm here to do my job, and I will do a good job, but like, I'm here to do my job. I'm not one of those people who's crying because I got 85. Like, I'm tired.
Like, I only cared about the classes I cared about. So like I was very passionate about like my English class.
Yeah.
So I was very focused on my grades in English class. But like if it was something that I didn't really give a fuck about, then I just was like, Like I know if I apply myself, it'll be fine.
Yeah,
but like
to pass. No, my thing is, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that mindset. Honestly, if you're there to pass, you're focused on passing. So you're studying. You're going to pass because you are studying. Because you know that in your head, okay, I need to get at least a C and up. And that C is bare. That's you being like, oh yeah, just in case this class is hard. And that was me for math.
Yeah.
You know? So it was just like, I don't know. Grades, my parents don't pay. Like, you can see now, this is 2 different times, mind you. When were you in just 2? When was I in just 2?
This is like 5 years apart.
5 years apart. Literally, my parents just don't play about
They don't play.
grades.
They don't play.
They don't
play.
And the amount of times, like, my teachers will call... It wasn't a lot of times, but my teachers were very fond of calling my parents to school.
That's one thing that did not happen to me.
Bruh, my parents would... First of all, I used to go home with my friends. My parents don't even pick me up from school. Like, I go home.
Right.
I went home with my neighbor lived right beside me. Like, literally, my classmates lived right beside me. Like, she was my neighbor. And we went to the same school. So we would just...
We
would just go to school
Mommy
together.
and Daddy were not doing pickups or drop-offs. They just were not doing that.
Literally, it's like, what? Like, how is the most convenient way to get us to school?
As soon as we moved to Lekki, they washed their hands of pick up and drop off.
They were just like, okay, yeah, like, okay, so we're gonna do this with our day. What are you doing with your day? How are you guys staying to school? Okay, what time will you be back from school? Okay, I'll be back at this time.
Yeah,
so, like,
there was a lot of independence afforded to us in terms of
honestly,
like school in general.
I really do appreciate it.
Yeah,
because it did let me grow up. Like, I feel like there's a way that certain people's parents like normally
they like
don't.
Really like
Like we
didn't have that.
We have watchful parents, but we don't have helicopter parents.
Yeah,
like, they're not hovering.
exactly. They're not
like,
hovering.
Even the ways that they're hovering is not even like
it's hovering in the sense of reminders, but like not like, oh, I have to be there to see like what's
what
going
you're
on.
doing. Yeah, like
which maybe in some cases we might have been better off if they were, but who knows. Another thing that is reminding me that secondary school was not real is when I was in SS3. Obviously, there's exams back to back. We're doing mocks. After mocks, we're doing WAEC. After WAEC, we're doing NECO. We're doing this. People are doing
talking about insomnia.
Yeah, people are doing GCSEs. So the girls in my class would basically like, everybody was doing their hair with attachments, right? We're trying to make it not obvious. So like I would do my attachments basically like kind of like the length of my hair, like the regular hairstyles that I would do, but I would add attachment because it would last longer, right? So most of the girls were doing that. It was flying under the radar because we're still minding ourselves. Damilola, This actually, I'm not gonna say it was your fault, but
This goes out to you.
Damilola, you were the cause of this situation. Because tell me why all the girls already had an understanding. It had been weeks and weeks and weeks of people doing their hair this way. Damilola went to go and do braids. She did holiday braids. Meanwhile, we are in the middle of third term. Holiday braids in brown.
Hey.
Twists. Long. I said that when we were going to school, because me and that literally into two. Like, we're going to school that morning. I went to Dami's house because they would drop me off at Dami's house, and then Dami's mom would drive us to school. I saw Dami that morning. I said, God, we are in trouble. And me, I'm trying to tell Dami, why would you do this in the most respectful way possible? Dami's like, look, it's fine. I said, Dami, Lola is not fine. Hey, you know how Dami is too.
Yeah,
and you know she's a last born as well.
Oh, and she's just so very like headstrong.
She's such an Aries.
I was just about to list last born Aries, literally last girl. So
Child, daddy's girl at that. She was like, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
I said, Dami Lola, we're gonna be in trouble. And the problem is, I'm even walking into school with you.
her. Yeah.
Hey, when they saw Dami Lola, they said every girl in the class that has attachments in their hair fall out in a single file right now. Literally all of us had to, and me, I'm like, yo, nobody can even tell that I have attachments in my hair. I know my hair was long.
You should have done.
Bruh.
I
And so they had to. So now they came to look at everybody's head as per our scalps. So now imagine like 20-something girls in front of Miss Delano's office having to loosen their hair in front of the office. Damilola had to take, and she was still doing shakara. Oh, she's not gonna take. Miss Ogodare said, if you don't, hey God. But my thing is, these are people who are literally writing back to back exams. Like,
honestly, they did the same thing to us. But our own was that you guys can't do attachments. Period.
Like, is it so wrong that people wanted to keep their hair in for 1 month? Because
and every other year before, all the years before us, they like once you got to a certain class, you could do attachments, right? But once it got to our year, I think either the last year before us that they were doing too much or that they were doing rubbish. Us, they literally were like, yeah, you guys can do attachments. And like the girls in our year, we wrote a petition. We signed a petition.
You guys are so lucky coded.
No. We literally were like, why is it only us? Like, why is it only us? Like, literally, why is it when it's now our turn? Especially because our year, we started writing our mocks. Was in our first term of SS2. So we had been doing exams a lot. Already.
It's been months.
People had been doing their SATs, like people like me at least. Like I was writing almost 8 exams. So I'm like doing my SATs. I'm studying for my SATs. I'm studying for my TOEFL. I'm studying for IGCSEs. I'm studying for WIAC. I'm studying for GCSEs. I'm studying for this. I'm studying for that.
Did you do NECO?
No, I didn't have to. Wait, don't you do NECO in Just 3?
No. You do it in SS3 as well.
Oh no, we only did NECO in Just 3. I would say so. But it was junior work.
Yeah.
So like, but yeah, they literally were like, you guys cannot. And we even after the petition we wrote to, they looked at it.
No, you guys writing petition like they give a fuck.
They looked at it. They said, "Oh,
this is only
plastic."
petition."
Like, there's no way. Like, I was actually so upset because there's so few things that you get to look forward to as like a senior student, especially as a last year senior student. So we were literally, so like imagine all of us going home from SS2 and being like, oh my god, next year we're gonna do this. We're gonna oh my god. And we came back and they said, mind you, that same thing that happened to Dami. Esther had her hair done as per full head of braids, almost million. Think about it, almost million. Just
why
small
would you
braids.
drag it like that? Is my thing.
But then the thing, it was just small braids. The braids to last, black, like literally slicked back in a bun. Like she made sure it was like compact.
Yeah.
Just ready for school. Most of us did, and like it was like literally, you guys need to take out your hair. They told you guys that day.
No, we sat in front of
They gave us a week. They gave us a week.
No, they sat us like criminals in front of Miss Delano's office on the floor.
I wish I could pull out my laptop to show you a picture.
They divvied out cotton comb and biro, and said everybody begin to losing all this shit right now.
You guys, I'm actually going to I'm going to ask Goinda to put in a picture here that I have on my lap. I still have it on my laptop from literally I think this was SS3 of a day that I had to take out my hair at school, and my friend had to do my hair at school before I went home.
You probably looked the fuck crazy.
I did. No, I did. My friend had to do my hair before I went home because I couldn't have it in my heart to tell my mom that I had to go back to the salon, and I hate doing my hair. At least at that time, I really hated doing my hair. I could not stand it.
Lola and hair.
Please.
Lola and hair as a child, Jesus Christ.
Mind you, nowadays, literally, you put me on the seats and they could be tearing my scalp.
I feel because you've gone through all the trauma though. They've carried you to baba your head after school. It's not funny, but
it's not funny, but seriously, I really hated doing my hair. I actually was probably a handful.
You guys, this thing is not funny. You guys, Lola was still in. She was still in nursery school.
Oh my god!
No, you were not in nursery school.
Just two.
No. You were still in primary school at this point.
The one I'm talking about also happened
you
before
were in primary
just
school. They came to pick me from school, and they came to pick you from school. And mommy just didn't say anything and just took you to the barber shop, and they just shaved your head.
Okay, people always
Lola, you cried that day. I felt so bad.
My friends usually are always like, oh my god, why don't you literally, your hair just grows, your hair just you don't really care about what you do to your hair or your eyebrows or da da da. You get why. It took a while.
Yo, bruh.
I said since I was 6 years old, they've been just putting me in same
You guys, that day I saw something in my mom that I hadn't seen before. I said, this woman.
I went to my Uncle Jesus, my Uncle Jesus shop too. Now, he was not so feeling for me as I'm cutting my hair. He's trying to console me. He bought me so many things. Bought me a Sarah. Bought me chicken pie. Everything I liked. He said, "Oh no, I'll buy." Because this happened again in
so bad for you, bro.
You guys heard me talk about Jess too and how I feel. Literally the same thing happened. But this time it's just that even myself, I was kind of there. I was just kind of.
And then why is it after they barbed your hair that they now chose to do those portraits of us in the house? Daddy hired an artist to come and paint all of us for family portraits. So Lola that era of Lola when her head was shaved is immortalized in our house in green. Why was yours green though?
I don't know. I am so sorry, you guys. I just bursted out laughing. No, going to Nigeria, let me tell you, finish.
There's a bunch of secondary school experiences. You guys should drop some in the. There's one that I want to share. I don't want to stay on it because it's a little dark. But secondary school boys.
No. I will keep it short for this one because honestly, I don't actually want to get into it because I think
because it's traumatic as fuck.
No, not even traumatic. It requires its own episode
for sure.
Because secondary school boys are evil. They are mean. They are gossipers. They're gossipers that just have
abusers in training as well.
Abusers in training. Also, just doing things. I remember that time that people just were putting hands under people's skirts.
Same.
Oh my god. I think for our school was even milder than yours.
Oh yeah.
It was just to put your hand under somebody's skirts. It was not even just to touch something. It was just to put it under.
It was really bad.
You're just making people uncomfortable.
Because our school was small as well, so we only had X and Y classes. So sometimes we would have to do combined classes for things like English or economics or things like that. So when we would have combined classes, we would have to share seats, right? Yeah. Because there's really nowhere for people to sit. So everybody was sharing a chair with somebody and a desk. So these foolish boys would make sure every time that they like
Sat next to a girl.
because like you would have to be so quick if you like wanted to like get out
get a
of
good
it.
seat, yeah.
So like they would like make like be so swift to like share a seat with a girl, and like under the table they would be putting their hands underneath our skirts, and we would just have to be there like with a straight face above the table, just like feeling like we can't say anything because the teacher is there, and like we don't know if this is necessarily wrong what they're doing, but it feels uncomfortable.
Especially because
but we
these
don't want
are
the teachers,
young
but we don't want the teachers to
teenagers.
like punish us for something, or like maybe we were doing something bad.
Also,
It
like
was
if,
weird.
if a boy does something, you and the boy are the ones that get
Right, I'm gonna get punished. So it's
punished.
like we had to just sit there and like be quiet.
And then everybody gets to go home, and you, the girl, will be slut shamed for the
For
rest
it,
of
they made
your
diss
high school
tracks
career.
about me. They made diss tracks about me. Things that I had never done in my life. They said I had done diss tracks upon diss tracks. I had a reputation.
I've been slut shamed by my seniors.
Like-
When I was in junior school, I was slut
It's
shamed by my
wild.
seniors.
It's wild.
And over what? Because I kissed somebody. Wow. Wow, that's
how
so
groundbreaking.
That's so atrocious.
It is
Wow.
wild. It's wild.
A 13-year-old kissed. Whoa. Like, why are my seniors the ones that are like coming to me though?
Oh my
to
god,
come
I
and make
have,
my
I
life
have
hell?
one more to share. I have one more. This is the last one, I promise. I have one more to share. I've actually shared this before, but there was this time I was dating this boy. You know who you are, because how dare you? So, he had been chasing me since, so from primary school he had been chasing me. He was my senior. So when we now ended up in secondary school together, it was like 2 years my senior, maybe 3.
Yeah.
So you know who I'm talking about, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they didn't hear.
Hopefully not.
They didn't hear. So basically, and like our families were close, like our moms were friends and things like that. He had been chasing me. So me, I'm now like in just 2-ish. Bruh. So it's like, okay, chasing me, cool, whatever. We end up in secondary school. So at this point, I'm in like GS3, he's in SS2. Okay, I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna like date a senior vibes. Okay, cool. Me, I finally agreed for him. Oh. So we're dating. Me, I'm getting my own clouds. Everybody's calling me big girl, you know, you're dating me. And he was up there at the time, you know what I mean? He's not looking too great these days. But
No, I can attest.
no shade.
No shade,
No
but like, hey.
great guy for sure. So I finally agreed for him now. So we were now dating. He would come to my class during break, come and bring food. You know, he would take me places. We would like, all these things. My head was growing. Hey God. Suddenly, and owing that you were complicit in this as well. So not me owing that there was like 5 Oyindas at my school, but bruh.
That Oyinda that she said, me, I'm already in my head. I'm like,
Which one?
Oyinda,
One of 12, literally.
Oyinda.
Yeah, it could have been anyone. Anyway, so I started noticing like he's not coming to my class during break as much. Like things are going. I'm starting to hear whispers, you know, in the ethers. People are saying things. I'm like, there's no way this nigga has been chasing me since. You can't do me like that.
Yeah.
Hey, dwindling down. I remember one day I was standing, because my class was downstairs. His one was upstairs. I was standing, because I was still in junior school. I was standing on the balcony, on the railing. I was looking up. I saw him and one babe. She was in the year above me. So she was just freshly a senior. She had entered senior uniform. So you know that vibe. So she had entered senior uniform. So it was like, okay, you know, the things are showing. Me, I'm still wearing pinafore. So
Sorry to cough.
I saw them up there. I'm like, there's no way this nigga is doing me this way. He's doing me dirty outside. I was like, nah, nigga, this can't work. So I'm like, oh, meet me at Kiniko. Meet me in front of the stage after school at this time, because we have to talk.
Ish.
Omo.
Oyinda used to be hardcore when like, honestly, Oyinda is so much of a softer person now. Oyinda, now, this is a sweetheart. The person Oyinda used to be, Oyinda was stone cold.
I used to be stone cold. I'm not going to lie to
Steve
you.
Austin.
No, I used to be stone cold. I actually was. And I wish I would be like that these days, but I'm a softie. Anyways, I was like, meet me, whatever. this, and so now everybody knows that we're doing this like meeting outside after school. So my friends are here, Dolapodin. So he now comes to the spot. So me, I now walk from where my friends are to go and confront him. Me, I'm asking questions like, yo, like people are saying this, that, and that. This boy is just like, yeah, okay, like whatever. Like does not give a single fuck about what I'm saying. And I'm like, wow, like, okay, cool. I'm confronting this guy. You know what he does? He actually just walks off. So now,
oh my god.
my friends are in the back, and now I have to turn around, and my friends are like, yeah.
Oh, people
Imagine the
so
shame. I couldn't go back and sit down with my friends. I had to go to the swing. 5 minutes later, I kid you not, he comes back to that spot that we were just talking with the girl and Oyinda. My friends tore me up that day. Not a single emotional support did I get. I went home in shame. And that's why I was the way I was. That's exactly why I was the way that I was.
And that's okay.
That situation changed me.
Building. You know something? You know how men are always like, oh, when I was 16, this happened. Da, 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 da.
Actually,
I think that's a fair reason for that's happened.
I saw men.
Also, remember when I was bringing up like 2 episodes ago, you guys, I literally said that your formative relationships inform so much, and they not even that they're informing so much, but they are giving you so much trauma and so much, like, especially in your formative years where it's like, oh, you're very impressionable and like a lot of things stick, right? So if you're dating from like that, 13 to 17 era, like those are your formative years. So whoever you dated in that time, like they caused your trauma.
For sure.
I want you to know that. And if you didn't date anyone in that time, good for you.
Good for you.
And you need to just know that you're God's favorite. And because teenage boys will literally, like, they'll take you and they'll spit you out. And I'm so glad that I didn't do that thing where I dated somebody who was like 2 years above me. I dated someone who was 1 year above me, and he did me terrible.
Dirty. Do not date a fucking senior. It's not worth it.
To this day, I can tell you, like, nobody has done me so bad. And I can tell you in my life, like, at all, not one person has done me that bad at all. So, if you're in junior school right now and you're listening to us,
don't date any dirty senior. Don't date any, right? Don't listen to us in junior school, actually. Never mind. Never mind. This is not for you.
Don't, but like,
this is actually an 18 plus podcast.
Yeah, to all of us who did reparations. We
deserve.
I know girls in my year that went through I know girls, oh my God. The boys in my year.
The boys in my year were terrible people.
You know something? They weren't terrible people, but they were boys.
They were terrible people. I stand by that.
Yeah, they were terrible people. My own, they were just boys, and boys in like a way where they just are doing whatever. Like, and I was friends with them too, so it's like hearing things that boys say about girls behind their backs is so like,
it's wild. And so many of the boys in my year were like wannabe rappers.
Oh yeah. And okay, not so many, but like
there were so many. There were so many.
I kind of support. Okay, I am the one who supported the boys in my year to rap, and I gave them studio space.
I couldn't have possibly. Wow, girl, to do evils.
No, it was a good song. Shout out Saturday.
They were not good either. Maybe there's like 1, maybe 2.
Like literally 2 of them are still making music today, and I am going to link their music down below.
Anyway, if you guys have interesting experiences to share, drop
share
them in the comments. DM us your stories.
Oh my god! This is a perfect time for you guys to use our dilemma box on Google Forms.
Drop those in. Yes.
Honestly, if we do get enough, I do not mind doing a whole episode
on that. Where we react to you guys' stories. Actually, I would love to do that.
Even just like in theme of like how the first episode went, like I would love to do more of those. So like let's keep that going for sure. Like use the Google form box.
Hey guys, this was a fun episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
And I really want to continue the laugh. So you guys, I know you guys don't take us seriously when we're like, oh yeah, go put this in the box. Go put it in the box. I'm a
All right.
Cancer. I'm not joking.
All right, guys. It's been real. We'll see you guys on the next episode. Until then, like, subscribe, follow us on socials, blase, blase, blase. And we'll see you next time.
Love
Bye.
you. All right.